Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. For those of you returning, welcome back. And for those of you that are new, hello, my name is Erica. I'm a homeschooling homemaking mama of 5. And like I always say, I'm not really so much homemaking anymore. I do work away from home, and sometimes I do work at home on top of, cleaning and kind of keeping the house going. So my floors desperately needed cleaned. So when I go to mop them, I like to sweep and vacuum first. But as you guys see here in a minute, I'm going to struggle with my vacuum cleaner. So my daughter had vacuumed up some kitty litter the other day, and since then it has not been working the same. So I don't know if I need to get a new one or what. We cleaned it out pretty well. This is my Dyson, I think it's a Dyson 7. I'm not sure, the stick vacuum. But anyway, I've been having trouble with it. It only works on the high setting instead of the regular one. But anyway, I've had it for a couple years too. I mean, I don't want it to be broken, but I have had it for a while. So that's what I'm doing here, just getting the floors ready to mop. And then in my mop bucket, I have Lysol and just hot water. So we've had a really busy couple of weeks, just busy in general. I don't even know why I say that. Like, it's just busy all the time, which I like it busy. I do better with busy. I don't do well with like spare time, even though it's like I feel like I want it. When I have it, I'm finally sitting there, I'm like, I'm bored. So yeah, I like to stay busy. I said Lysol, I meant lemon pine sol is what I have in there. And here you guys can see, this is where I was like trying to figure out what was going on. I have a strict no kitty litter policy, so it wasn't like I let her vacuum it up, but it is what it is, and it shouldn't happen again. And hopefully I can just get this thing cleaned out and, it'll go back to working. But like I said, it'll work on the high setting. So that's what I did here. I always like to do this. I just don't feel like either one of them does really well by themselves. So I just like to do both of these before I, mop bucket. Now this, yeah, and here's a catch-all. Now, as you guys are going to see later on in this video, we actually moved this to our bedroom. For those of you that are not familiar, my grandmother, I think she's 98. So anyway, they just, she's at a home right now, a retirement home, but the family sold her house, and so there were a lot of items in there, that the family wanted, and I got these theater chairs that were my papa's, and he had them in his basement though, so we brought them home and I cleaned them up. Like I said, I wasn't really intending to bring anything big into my house again, just because I've really been trying to declutter and work on that, but I figured these are the things we make exceptions for. So I'm really pleased with how they turned out. Y'all see here later on in the video how they worked. Jeremy went and picked them up for me Saturday morning. I did not go for several reasons. The main one being I had a hair appointment that took quite a while, and I just didn't want that to be the last memory of my mama's house, it being empty. So it was always a safe place growing up. So it's really hard to think of it, as just not being my mama's house anymore, which it is just a house, and it's the memories are still here. So I do know that, but it is still hard to let it go. And I knew if I went as well, I'd be taking stuff that later on I feel like, oh my gosh, why did I take this? But I wouldn't be able to get rid of it. So it's like I have a very few things from her house, but they were very important things that meant a lot to me. And these theater chairs, as you guys will see later on, were something that I'd always really wanted. And if you notice in my dining room too, I have a picture there. It's called Blue Boy and Pinky, and they were my grandmother's. She gave them to me a long time ago. They were actually a wedding gift to her and my papa, and they had been married for, let's see, if he was still alive, they would have been married for like 70 some years. So anyway, they're very important to me, and I have those. So those are hanging in my dining room, and then I have a pair of my papa's suspenders, and now I have the chairs. So that's all I really wanted. So it worked out, as well as those things can go. But y'all see, they had sat in the basement for a very long time and really needed clean. So here's something I don't get to very often. I found this tool. I think I bought it off of Shein, and I have another one that I bought from Walmart, but I guess you know what? You can never have too many dusters. And I thought I would try a different angle. So hopefully this isn't making you guys too sick. But yeah, thought I'd try something a little bit different. So if you guys are forgetting to dust, here's a reminder: dust your fans. I'm really bad for my bedroom fan, like where it's on all the time, like it, like we never turn it off. So when I do the few times, like maybe the power goes off or something else, or I actually hit the switch, I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's super, super dirty. So it's something that it's not that I necessarily forget about it. It's just when it's on all the time. So I guess you do forget about it. Y'all get what I'm saying. So my narration is all off again, and it is not in sync with anything that's going on in the video. So there's really not too much to mention on here that you guys can't figure out by watching. So I'm probably just going to chit chat the rest of the video. And I'll be honest, I don't script these. These just kind of come out of my mouth. But what I'm actually seeing at this moment as I'm talking is me cleaning my dining room. We had bought some outdoor furniture and I had intended to film it, but Michael put it together while I was at work and it worked out really well anyway. But we brought the cushions in because the dogs were trying to lay on them and we've got to try and block that area off. They don't chew them, but anyway, it's really nice out there. We've been focusing on our front porch because the funny thing is, I think my husband and I both have ADHD. We know for a fact I do, and I'm medicated, but we do this every year. We wait till the very end of the season to do whatever it is for the season. So like it's the end of the summer, and now we decided we're going to do all this work outside, all the porches, and anyway, I guess it's better that it's done. Jeremy, as you'll see in this video, decides to finish staining the porch. Very, very happy with it. Again, he and I do not really know what we're doing. We're just kind of winging this stuff. So, but I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm actually sitting out here on my front porch right now doing this voiceover. Well, I guess it's not now anymore because you guys are seeing this after I've done it, but you get the gist. So what I'm seeing right now is a ridiculous amount of laundry that I have to do, and I am putting my Tide Pods in there. I buy these in bulk at Sam's Club. I feel like it's the best deal and it's the best way for us to do laundry. My kids do their own laundry. My 6-year-old doesn't, but my older kids do. So the Tide Pods are a really good way to manage how much they're using, so I know they're not wasting. And it seems like the Tide Pods that I buy at Sam's are the best price because I want to try the Arm & Hammer. I love Arm & Hammer, but these are cheaper, so we're just going to keep using those. I have been buying different fabric softeners, though, from like Walmart just because I like to change the scents. My kids use fabric sheets, and I like the liquid. I know the smells and everything else are not that good and everything else, but I don't care. I want my clothes to smell good, and that's what's going to happen. So I think when I finished, because I folded clothes on Monday afternoon, I had like 7 or 8 loads. I've been doing it all at once. This week I did it a little different though. I did a couple loads on Tuesday and then I did a couple loads on Thursday and then I think I finished up on Saturday. I didn't fold all of them at once though. I wait and fold them all at one time. That seems to help me anyway, and I always like to film it. So a lot of times YouTube is more of a tool for me to keep me on track and make sure everything gets done, because I know I've said it a bazillion times, but if it weren't for filming, I have to say probably 70% of this stuff wouldn't get done as often as it does and as, organized and as thoroughly as it does, because I'm like, oh, well, I'm filming it, so I have to hold myself accountable. And I don't know if you're supposed to say that or not. I know a lot of influencers and YouTubers will be like, oh, well, it's just simple. You do it this way and you keep up a routine. And I don't have one. It's just whatever I decide to film that day is what's going to get clean. Because 9 times out of 10, if I don't have a camera in front of me, it's not getting clean. I'm getting a little bit better about that. I did a little bit of cleaning today in my kitchen because I was cooking, which is something I haven't really done a lot. A lot of times you don't see me clean my kitchen on YouTube because my kids do it a lot. My husband does a lot of the stuff in the kitchen now too. He's pretty much taken over cooking. I'm trying to get back in a little bit, so that's why you'll see me a little bit in here more than it has been. But so I really hope this is like syncing up. These are the chairs I was telling you about. I am going to assume they're close to 100 years old. They may be younger than that, but I don't know. So they have been in my grandparents' basement for as long as I've been alive, and definitely longer than that. So they are for sure 40 plus years old. So, because I'm 40 years old and they've been there forever. And my mom says they've been there. She said she remembered them there from as long as she had known my dad. So, who knows? Anyway, they sat in his basement. The basement was fine, but it's a basement. So, it had a ton of cobwebs on it. And that was really just about it. I really didn't know how to get them off because this is kind of like a real delicate felt. But I took a lint brush, and that's just kind of what I'm going over. If I remember correctly, my papaw told me these came out of the Capitol Theater in Ashland, Kentucky. And if you guys know me, you know I love any spooky stories, and supposedly the theater is haunted. But that's not why I wanted them. I just bought them because I love them. So anyway, I'm cleaning them up before we take them in the house. They are cast iron around the seats, and then there's like a wooden handle or a wooden armchair, and there are 5 of them. They will need to be reupholstered, and it looks like at one point they were. I don't think my papaw did it. Nobody can remember. My uncles don't remember either. My papaw passed away when I was 16, so I'm 40 now. And memories and stories change over time, so nobody is quite sure where they came out of. But I'm gonna say the Capitol Theater is where they came from. So what I did, like I said, did the lint brush, got all the cobwebs off. I didn't vacuum them up because I was afraid there might be spider eggs or something, and I didn't want those in my vacuum cleaner. So I did this, and then I went over it with just some lukewarm water and a little bit of Dawn. I thought that would be safe for it. I was like, if it's safe for animals, it should be safe for the velvet or the felt or whatever it is. And they cleaned up really, really nicely. They don't stink or anything like that. Like I said, there's a lot of wear and tear on them, but nothing like from a distance that you can really tell. So, gosh, and can we talk about how angry I look, you guys? My RBF face is, it's no joke. Like, I'm not angry. I was enjoying myself, actually. Jeremy was out here talking to me and everything. So, anyway. Now we're going to flash forward. Is that what I meant? Fast forward. This was later. No, this was the next day. We're just trying to clear the porch off so Jeremy can finish doing the staining. I think he ended up spending about an hour or so out here staining it. And as you guys will see at the end, he stains himself into a corner, and it was pretty funny. But I'm very, very pleased with the way it looks. You guys are going to see how it looks at night. And then the next day when it's dried, I put everything back on. I have no idea what the color is that we used here. It is a very dark color, but then it also has like a translucent, semi-translucent or semi-transparent thing over it. So I guess if you got the original color without the semi-transparent, it would be a lot darker. I wasn't really sure. Like, I know I normally tend to go towards darker colors, but outside I know it shows dirt a little bit more, but I'm really, really pleased with the way it turned out. Again, like I said, neither of us really know too much what we're doing. We're just kind of winging this stuff as we go. I mean, because most of the time that's how you learn, is through your mistakes. So I mean, we did do a little bit of research, but of course I don't think there's ever a right amount of research that you can do that will prepare you for it, other than just the actual experience itself. So yeah, but I think we're finished with our front porch now. After this, we're going to kind of try and focus on the back porch a little bit. I do have to say, as much as I love my cold weather and my snow and my rain, the area that we live in West Virginia is actually pretty warm most of the year. We do have a couple cold months that you can't really go outside, but with the right setting, you can usually enjoy your porch most of the year. We bought one of those tall heaters, the real pretty looking ones, and then we've got a hot tub, but it's like the blow up hot tub. And yes, it is camo, so it is redneck chic, y'all. That we've got on our back porch that we really enjoy. So we're kind of trying to make that a little comfortable, cozy area or whatnot to enjoy. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I think this is the last thing we're going to be doing on the front porch for a little bit. I may paint all the house shutters if I get time to this season. Again, this is like something we should have been doing in the spring, but that's just how Jeremy and I do it. We work well at the very last minute. So that's why I was joking that maybe we both have ADHD, because this is what we both tend to do. Like a fire gets lit under our butts and we start, oh gosh, we've only got a couple weeks left. But really, I do have to say, as much as I don't like warm weather, it does make it easier here to do stuff like this outside and enjoy it a little bit longer. So even though we waited till the last minute, we still will be able to enjoy this up until probably close to December, because it usually that's when it starts to get like super, super cold, where it's not really that fun to sit outside. So yeah, and there's just me inspecting my husband's work. There wasn't anything for me to do, or I would have been helping him, and I was doing a ton of stuff inside. So again, things that I don't know if I'm supposed to say out loud or not, but I folded all these clothes on the floor because I really like the angle of it the last time I did it. Now, the last time I did it was not on purpose and not for the sake of YouTube. This time it was. So yeah, this is about like 6 or 7 loads of clothes, and it's ridiculous. But I like doing it all at once instead of as I go. I do not mind to fold clothes. I hate putting clothes up. I absolutely hate it. I don't know why. But I'm trying to do better with making sure everything goes up. And well, I say that, and yet I just also said at the same time that I've let these clothes sit here for a week. I think I completely contradicted myself. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so something new that I've been working on. I had a couple requests for like a Shein clothes haul. So instead of showing you guys what I got from Shein, I'm just going to show you a couple outfits that I wear to work and that I've worn to church. So that should probably be in next week's video, because I'm trying to put maybe 3 or 4 days, and then my outfits that I put together for work. I like to get dressed up or do little weird funky things and all that, but most of my dress clothes do come from Shein. This isn't sponsored or anything, but I really, really like Shein because I don't like to wear the same stuff over and over again, as far as dressing up goes. But I don't want to pay a fortune for it. So when it comes to dress up stuff, I would rather have quantity over quality. Now, when it comes to comfy stuff, that's where I want my quality, like my workout clothes and then my comfy sleeping in clothes. I will pay a little bit more for that, only because I will wear that stuff out. As you guys know, I'm kind of into little cute crop tops now. And I'm not going to necessarily even say this super quality, but I did get them from Amazon. And they're really comfortable. So I bought 2 packs of them, and I kind of alternate between them. Same with my workout pants. I'm really getting into working out, and I need good workout pants. Because it's really difficult to be, running or doing something when your pants are falling down, or they're too tight, or they're uncomfortable or whatnot. So that is where I will spend my money. But as far as dressing up and going to work, no, I do like to be, like I said, I would rather change up my outfits and wear different things instead of, so price is it. So anyway, I said all that to say I will be showing you guys next week a couple different outfits that I have worn to work that are mainly like Shein and Walmart. So yeah. But I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video for whatever reason, whether it's to see what's going on with us or for your cleaning motivation, because you guys could have chosen a whole, there's a ton of stuff out there and you guys chose mine. So it really does mean the world to me. I hope wherever y'all are at, you are having a blessed one. I love y'all and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.